The bidding could begin. The palace had transformed. Torches burned brighter. Silk banners hung from balconies. Music echoed through the corridors. Servants rushed past carrying trays of wine. To everyone else, it was a celebration, a royal ball. But Neveah knew the truth. It was an auction for her. A sharp slap cracked through the silence. Neveah dropped to her knees. Her cheek burned. "Get up," Alessio said coldly. "I didn't tell you to kneel." Neveah pushed herself upright slowly. Her ribs ached, but she stayed silent. Behind him, Vilma's voice drifted forward like poison. Not the face. A small pause. It was Vilma. "We still need her presentable tonight. Presentable. For sale." Neveah lowered her eyes. To Vilma, she had never been a daughter, only a bargaining chip wrapped in skin. Vilma stepped closer, examining her like merchandise. "You will stand where I tell you," she said calmly. "You will smile. And whichever alpha wins the bid," her smile sharpened, "will own you." Neveah's fingers curled, but she said nothing, because rebellion would only make tonight worse. "Father is waiting," Alessio muttered. He shoved her toward the palace. The courtyard blazed with golden light. Guests had already begun arriving. Werewolves from every territory, powerful alphas, wealthy traders, mercenaries, even wolves with no titles at all summoned for one reason: to bid, to decide what the Alpha King's daughter was worth. Alessio leaned close as he pushed her through the gates. "Cry," he murmured, "and I'll give you a real reason." Vilma walked ahead like royalty. To strangers, it looked like a noble family escorting a servant. They didn't know the truth. The servant could destroy every alpha in the palace if she stopped pretending. The hall overflowed with wolves. Broad shoulders, predatory eyes, expensive silks, gleaming jewelry, laughter that carried too much hunger beneath it. Their scents pressed against Neveah like invisible walls, heavy, dominant, watching. At the center of the hall stood the Alpha King, silver hair glinting beneath torchlight, emerald eyes sharp and calculating, the royal crest across his chest, the same crest Neveah should have inherited. "Neveah," he called. His voice cut through the ballroom. "You kept our guests waiting." "I'm sorry, Father." "Look at me." She lifted her head slowly. His eyes swept over her face, then her gown, then the posture she had perfected after years of being displayed like treasure. Approval flickered there. Not for her, for the effect she had on the room. He was about to speak again when hurried footsteps broke the rhythm of the hall. An Omega attendant rushed forward, breathless, dropping to one knee before the Alpha King. "My king," he said, voice shaking. "There is suspicious activity among some of the alphas. I heard talk of unrest, possible conspiracy. They may be planning against you." The room did not hear him, but Neveah stood close enough to see her father's expression sharpen. For one moment, his satisfaction vanished. Alpha King Lothair went still. Alpha Dane. The thought crossed Neveah's mind before he said it aloud. She knew her father had once tried to absorb part of Alpha Dane's territory into the crown's direct control. He had backed off before doing it, but some wounds did not need blood to remain open, and bitter men became dangerous men. The king's gaze slid across the ballroom. The alphas here were smiling, drinking, toasting his rule, but underneath all that ceremony, something was moving, something he could not yet see. His hand tightened behind his back. Then he turned to Neveah. "Your bidding will not happen tonight." For a heartbeat, Neveah only stared. Relief came first, sharp, quick, almost painful. Then she looked toward Vilma. The queen's face hardened instantly. Her plan had failed. She had waited for this night, waited to see Neveah sold off like an object and removed from her sight forever. And now the moment had slipped through her fingers. The alphas around the room continued watching Neveah openly, disappointment and desire mixing in their eyes. Even without the bidding, their gaze remained the same, appraising, hungry. The king leaned closer. "Go stand with Lucas Varlston of the Eclipse Claw Pack," he said quietly. "He has been staring at you since you entered." Neveah glanced across the ballroom. A young man stood near the far side of the hall, dark-haired, broad-shouldered, elegant in a way that looked effortless. His eyes were fixed on her with the kind of open admiration men often thought they disguised better than they did. The king continued, voice low and cold. Wrap him around your fingers. Neveah's stomach tightened. Gather information. Eclipse Claw is involved somehow, but they are not acting alone. If the other packs are conspiring, he may know where the whispers begin. Neveah said nothing. You understand what to do. It wasn't a question. Yes, father. Even though every part of her wanted to refuse. The king lifted 2 fingers. Lucas was summoned with barely a gesture. Moments later, he stood before them and bowed. Greetings, King Lothair, he said smoothly. Then his gaze turned to Neveah, and his expression softened in a way that instantly made her wary. Princess Neveah. The Alpha King gave a slight nod. Lucas Varlston of the Eclipse Claw Pack, he said. My daughter. Lucas's eyes never left Neveah. I know. A beat passed. Then he offered his hand. Would you honor me with a dance? Neveah smiled, softly, perfectly. The kind of smile she had spent years learning how to wear. Inside, she felt nothing but distance. Of course. Lucas led her into the center of the floor. All around them, conversations resumed. Goblets clinked, dresses swept marble. Politics and seduction folded back into one another beneath the chandeliers. Lucas's hand came to rest at her waist. He looked at her as though he had already forgotten the rest of the room existed. You look breathtaking. Neveah kept the smile on her lips. And you are very direct. He laughed softly. Would you prefer dishonesty? I prefer fresh air. He blinked. Neveah tilted her head, allowing just enough vulnerability into her expression to make it believable. I don't like these gatherings, she said. They're suffocating. This dress is suffocating. And everyone is always listening. Lucas's gaze warmed. Then let's leave. She had expected him to say that. The ease of it disgusted her. We could walk outside, he added. Talk where no one is pressing in around us. Then his voice lowered. And if you'd rather go somewhere more private? Neveah felt revulsion crawl under her skin. But she smiled again. Controlled. Light. No, she said. The garden will do. The cool air hit her like relief. For a few breaths, Neveah allowed herself to feel it. Lucas walked beside her, slower now, as if afraid to disturb the moment. You're different from what I expected, he said. Neveah looked ahead. What did you expect? A princess who enjoys being admired. She almost laughed. Instead, she said, That sounds exhausting. Lucas smiled. You speak like someone who wants to run. For one dangerous second, Neveah wondered if he saw too much. I speak like someone who knows appearances are expensive, she replied. He studied her, too carefully, too quietly. It made her skin prickle. If he got too close, would he notice? Would he sense the wolf she kept buried beneath years of silence and fear? Would he realize that the so-called Omega beside him was stronger than any Alpha in the hall behind them? Neveah changed the subject before he could ask anything real. And Eclipse Claw? She asked lightly. Do all your gatherings feel this performative? Lucas laughed. But before he could answer, a familiar voice cut across the garden. Oh, so you are here. Neveah's body tensed instantly. Alessio stepped out of the shadows. His expression was ice. I should have known. His gaze moved from Lucas to Neveah and back again. I came to check whether father's child had ruined herself already. What do you want? Neveah asked. Lucas shifted subtly in front of her, protective, instinctive. Alessio saw it and smiled without warmth. Move, he growled. No, Lucas said. The garden went still. Do you think you can order me? Alessio snapped. You are nothing but your father's spoiled heir. Lucas didn't blink. And you, he said evenly, are nothing but your father's servant. Alessio went rigid. Shock flickered across his face. No one spoke to him that way. Lucas took one calm step forward. You call yourself a prince? You have no discipline, no control, no respect. You're not fit to rule anything. Alessio's wolf surged near the surface, and Neveah made a mistake. The faintest smile touched her lips. Because for the first time in her life, someone was standing between her and pain. Alessio saw it. His gaze snapped to her. Murderous. Lucas's voice stayed low. Back away, Alessio, before you embarrass yourself further. A long silence followed. Then Alessio stepped back, Only one pace, but it was still retreat. He looked at Neveah one last time, and the promise in his eyes chilled her blood. Then he turned and walked back toward the palace. Neveah already knew what that look meant. This wasn't over, not even close. Lucas turned to her. "Are you all right?" "Yes," she said too quickly. But she wasn't, because she understood something now. Lucas was protecting her because he was enchanted by her beauty, not because he knew her, not because he cared. And she felt nothing for him at all. Only wariness, only distance. Only the fear that if he kept watching her so closely, he might begin to see what should never be seen. "I should go back," she said. Lucas frowned but stepped aside. "I'll walk you." "No." Too sharp. Neveah softened her tone. "I'll be fine." He hesitated, then nodded, and Neveah left him there beneath the moonlight. The Alpha King was waiting when she returned, as though 1 hour ago he had not been preparing to sell her, as though daughters were not things to be priced and traded. "Did you get the information I need?" he asked calmly. Neveah's face didn't change. "It's a work in progress. Eclipse Claw is involved somehow, but they are not the mastermind." "And that is all?" "I need more time." His eyes narrowed. "But you have him interested?" Neveah's jaw tightened. "Yes, father." A slow smile touched his mouth. "Good. Then keep at it. The deeper he falls for you, the better. I would like to see the look on his father's face when his son begs for your hand." A handclap of laughter sounded from the doorway. "Alessio, your hair is ruined. Your dress is ruined," he said. "Were you with him already?" Vilma's voice followed, sharp with contempt. "Do you need to ask? You know exactly what sort of tramp she is." Neveah looked to her father. He said nothing. As long as her body remained unmarred, he did not care what names they threw at her.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.